Sorry. Okay, cool. Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Kim. I did a workshop a few months ago with you guys, just kind of an intro to marketing workshop that I heard was received well. And me and Natalie talked, and she asked me if I'd come back and possibly do one for the holidays. And it's actually a workshop that I've been working on because I do a lot of workshops for different small business organizations, economic development groups, and a lot of small business markets like the one that you're a part of and you've in that. So this is a marketing workshop called Holiday Marketing Made Easy for Small Business. Now, the definition of a small business is like a minimum of 500 people, max 500 people. So it means it really ranges in terms of what they are, but where I specialize is small businesses, creative ones with limited resources, but they still vary wildly. So the one thing I want to say before we get into this presentation is don't let anything intimidate you or feel like if something isn't what you do or relates to what you do, don't feel like it's above you, because there's still opportunities no matter how you go about doing your business that you can find a way to reach customers and influence them and drive conversion and grow your business and find ways to do it. So hopefully some things resonate with you, but the last thing I want anything to do for anyone is to make you feel like intimidated by it, because you don't have to do any of these things. You can do whatever you feel works best. And I'm just trying to provide some best practices that can hopefully work for you. And then we'll have a Q&A. So in this workshop, participants will be provided with best practices and tips to successfully market their business this holiday season. And we have our holiday patron saint here, Miss Mariah Carey. We're going to see a lot of our friends of the holidays here. So our agenda is about me, and then I'll go into holiday season 2020 really quick, holiday season 2021, and then we'll go into talking about some marketing strategies, the customer marketing tactics, and then I'll talk about the calendar. And then we'll do a holiday marketing Q&A. Depending on how good we are on time, I can answer any questions you have relating to anything that you're thinking about relating to preparing for the holidays and setting yourself up for success. And then I have a gift from me to you to share in the spirit of the holiday season, if you stick around for that. And then we'll wrap. So before I jump in, Natalie, how are we doing on time, and what should I be gunning for here? Because I want to make sure I don't go over.
So we're aiming to end around like 7:45.
Okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
does that work for you?
I'll try, and I'm going to work as quick as I can do it.
All right,
Cool. Thank you. So this is me. I'm Kim Robinson. I'm a marketing expert and a coach. I'm the founder of a business called 3 Points. I do a lot of different things, but probably one of the things I spend a lot of time on that you should definitely sign up for is this newsletter I send out weekly. Natalie is a subscriber and she can attest. It's really approachable, really fun, and it's for people like you. It is not for big businesses. It's not out of control, and it's really meant to make marketing easy and approachable, and that you can use it to benefit yourself and empower you and make you confident about it and to be able to use it for yourself. So before starting my business, I worked at Red Bull. I worked at a media company called Complex. I worked at a media company called The Fader, and I worked for a bunch of different other marketing agencies, Fortune 500s, doing things. And I currently live in Brooklyn, New York, in a neighborhood called Clinton Hill. And I'm also a big Prince fan, as you can see right there. So 3 Points is a marketing resource for self-funded creative small businesses with limited resources. We empower bootstrap creative entrepreneurs with guidance, systems, community, so they can grow. And that's exactly what I said. My business is not highfalutin. It's not scary, like big consultant stuff. It's really meant to support people on the grassroots and people who aren't on the grassroots, who have a little bit more. I'm really flexible and resourceful and like to help out people at different stages of their business. So you can think of it as a one-stop shop of easily accessible resources, guidance, connections for bootstrap creative small businesses looking to overcome their resource network and bandwidth challenges so they can grow. We make marketing easy for small businesses. I love marketing, and I love making marketing easy for small businesses to understand and benefit from. So let's talk about holiday season 2020. So as we know, COVID impacted all of us, and it became something, a big flashpoint for all of us last year, and it affected the holidays just like it affected in everything else. So in 2020, the word was pivot. Many of you, that was the word of the year. Many of you probably did, where maybe you just sold IRL at markets, and maybe you started selling online. You got a Shopify account, or you got an Etsy account. Maybe you had it before, or maybe you're selling through Instagram where you're doing direct message DMs. We've all had to find ways to pivot. We're now all using Zoom like this. We all got comfortable with different things. So we all had to pivot because of it. And because of that, shopping changed dramatically, where, e-commerce in 3 months last year grew by 10 years. So right here is 2009, right here is 2019. So in the 10 years that e-commerce grew, meaning people shopping online, it grew as much as it grew in 10 years in a matter of 3 months from in March of 2020, because we all had to go indoors. So it changed a lot of behaviors where people who were not using online commerce anymore began using it. So it changed a lot of our behaviors and changed how we see things in terms of shopping and just doing things in general. So here's a few things. Shopping went online en masse. Curbside on-site pickup became a norm. You guys have probably all did that as well. E-commerce, holiday season growth. We had a lot of online advertising prices increase because everyone started advertising. Big companies, small companies on Facebook, Amazon, Google. Consumers begin to vote with their wallets and their values. Black Lives Matter, AAPI things, all these things that happened last year, socially and consciously set it up that became a big thing last year. And then Black Friday, Cyber Monday was one of the biggest holidays, performing days of the holiday season. So going into holiday season 2021, excuse me real quick. Just gotta get document. So going into holiday season 21, what we know, and this may apply to some of you, is that we have a shipping delay and supply shortage that's happening all around the world. No matter where you're at, things are slow right now, and there's a big supply chain delay, and we're all going to have to deal with that. We have a national hiring crunch where low-skilled, high-skilled labor is hard to find right now. Online shopping is going to surge, and everyone is going to compete online during this holiday season. And we know, and this is good, is that holiday sales are going to increase for everyone, because it's just, it was an all-time high in shopping last year. And they say it's going to grow by 7% to like $1.3 trillion for the holiday season. It's really nuts. So for holiday planning 2021 relating to your businesses, my recommendations are the following. First, set an intention. And what I mean by that is, before you get busy thinking about tactics, changing anything up, merchandising, reaching out to customers, anything, set an intention with yourself, because I find that a lot of people, it's almost like working out. Our motivation can only get us so far. So have an idea, an objective of what you want, and set it with yourself. Think of like when people do yoga or they do a workout and instructor tells them to set an intention. It's because it's to keep them mindful of it as they're going through the struggle and the difficult parts of a workout. So it's the same thing when you're building out and thinking about building your holiday plan. If you just talk about it and then you just go do it willy-nilly, you may not stick to it. So write it down and think about it and set an intention, even if it's a small one. It doesn't have to be taking over the world. It can be something really general that works for you, but that's really important. 2, do customer work. Think about your customers. Who are your best customers? Think about why people buy from you. Think about your past holidays and what worked for you and what didn't. Again, write down and do the internal work and talk to yourself, talk to other people that have worked with you, customers that like your product. You're going to find your clues to have holiday success by just asking the people and asking yourself where the opportunities lie and where things have been good for you, what's good, what's bad. That's how you're going to perform. That's what I also mean by this internal review. It's the same thing. Talk to yourself, have an idea on what you want, what has worked in the past, and just do an audit and think about the holidays. And that's going to set you up before you go and take action, because these things are going to set you up for success. Review your marketing. What type of marketing do you do? If it's anything that you send out flyers, or you do social media, any of the things that you do, think about what you do and just think about it. Like, how should I approach it for the holidays? And I'm going to give you some tips and strategies so you can think about how you can approach it for the holidays. Make a plan. However your plan is set up, make a plan after you set your intention, and then establish a system to stick to your plan. Every Friday, I'm going to review my plan and check in on myself to hold myself accountable to it. If you don't have an intention and you don't make a plan and you don't establish a system to hold yourself accountable to your plan, you're probably not going to follow through with it. And it's like anything in life. So give yourself the best chance possible with that. And what we're trying to do is we want to avoid, come on. Oh, it's not there. I had a really funny meme. Oh, there it is. I mean, funny GIF. We want to avoid this. Okay, so if you don't plan, you don't set that attention, you end up like Wile E. Coyote. So that's something I really want to get in there. So holiday shoppers, let's talk about them. So think about what's important to you as a holiday shopper. One thing that's common with us all when we have businesses is that we lose our customer hat and we forget what customers like and what they don't like. Like, for example, you wouldn't want a business that just promotes and is on you or spams you, but some of us do that and just don't offer value to customers outside of just talking incessantly about product or whatever. So think about what you like and what your needs are from a business being a holiday shopper. Write those things down, because more than likely the people who you're serving are asking for the same things or thinking about those same things. But I'll give you some of the things that are important to holiday shoppers based on the data and the research that I've done. So majority are going to start early. And that's why it's really good that we're starting now and having this conversation, because you're going to definitely need to start early to preparing for the holidays, depending on if you're going to vend at different markets, or you're going to find different ways to sell online, or you're going to participate in online virtual. You're going to do maybe live stream QVC style stuff on your Instagram or TikTok, what have you. So they're going to start early. They're shopping earlier to take advantage of sales and deals. You're probably doing the same thing. Their main concern is price and shipping, what everyone is concerned about. They want to ensure a product is available and they want to avoid shipping delays. They're going to spend more in online shopping sessions than they do IRL. The data shows over multiple seasons. And think about your shopping habits. You're probably going to blow a bag and spend more when your credit card's in front of you in the comfort of your own home than if you're out physically in the store. So you give yourself opportunities to get bigger buys with people if they're buying from you digitally, typically based on the data and what it says. And what's great for businesses like yours, that they want to buy from small businesses and support community during the holidays, because like I said earlier, these businesses are really looking to, these customers are really looking to vote with their wallet. And it's something that you can really leverage on your behalf, but also offer larger value on top of giving them that good, tingly feeling that they're supporting small businesses in their community. So the different types of shoppers you should be thinking about are evergreen shoppers. They spread out their shopping over the entire holiday season. That may be one of you. We also have the early bird, that they get everything done early in the season. We have the deal seeker, where they shop most during Black Friday and Cyber Monday season, which is called Cyber 5. And we'll talk about that in the holiday calendar. And then you have the last minute people that put off their shopping to the last minute. That's me. And I'm trying to get into early bird world, hopefully this year, even though I'm saying it, I probably won't, because I do better under pressure sometimes in terms of finding good gifts for family and friends. So holiday marketing strategies. So I shared this last time I was here, but I really like to drive this home about how you should think about marketing. Is that one, you have your objectives. So when you go into your holiday planning, set an objective. How much more do you want to sell? Do you have a product you want to sell a lot of? Is there a certain number that you want to hit for the holidays? Think about all those things relating to a goal, and let that be what drives you. Don't just market to market. Don't just think I'm going to do this to do this. make sure it works towards action and a goal, because that's going to hold you accountable and give you energy and allow you to keep going to work towards that goal. So then you're going to have a strategy, which is your overarching approach. And then you have your channels, tactics, and assets that are going to help you. Social media is a channel, but creating and doing live streams or doing a Q&A with customers or a customer profile on your social media, or maybe getting other people to talk about you, partners, is a tactic that you broadcast on your social media, or your email is a channel. Assets are the things that you have available to you to use in your communications, be it yourself, your logo, your product, different things along those lines. So make sure to like start with your objective, build a strategy, and then look at your marketing that you have in the tactics that you do, email, social media, your events. You showing up and vending at NTP is a tactic. That's an event marketing tactic. How do you want to do that and change things up and be intentional to do something different than what you normally do to be able to grow your business and give yourself the best chance of success? These are my holiday strategies I recommend to you. One, as I said before, start early. That's vitally important. I would say, and we'll get into the calendar, I would recommend, if you are messaging and you're doing email, social media, or any kind of other direct communications with your customers or at your booth, I would begin talking about the holidays, probably start mixing in messaging somewhat in late October, not going too hardcore with it, but definitely a few weeks before Black Friday, Cyber Monday, starting to mix it in, because it's going to hit like an avalanche, and it's going to be really hard for any of us to stand out on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, because you got Best Buy, Amazon, everyone going off. So find where your time makes sense early to get in. And we're going to talk about prices and promotions and discounts, because that's what we know the customer cares about. How can you leverage that early to get some of those, those early bird shoppers, evergreen shoppers, to speak out to you? So figure out, who do you want to speak to relating to these shoppers? Who can you like leverage? Who can you like maximize relating to saying, oh, early bird shoppers, here's a promotion for you that we're doing. You get out there, or you message it at your stand, in your booth. You have signage that says it, or you bring it up to people. We have a one-time sale that we're doing only for this second week of November, because we're going to sell out, even though you may not, in December. So you can find different ways that you run your promotions and sales. So use the holiday calendar to your benefit. You're going to see that there are so many holidays in December, in November, that you don't even think about, that you can benefit your business. So other than Christmas and Christmas Eve and Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you can benefit and use those in your messaging and communicating with customers. So I'll be sharing a calendar with you so you can be able to see it. Prioritize your current customers. This is one of the key things for your business. A lot of people, when it comes to the holidays, the first thing that they think of is, I need to reach out to cold traffic, to new audiences, and get them to buy from me. That your number one priority should be, who are the customers that love and buy from you? And you should make sure you're focusing in on them like a laser, that if they are not dialed and they have not bought from you, that they are the ones you try and get to convert, because they know your business, they trust you, and they have a history of buying from you before. You're better off putting your energy and time, and I'm guessing we all are limited in our energy, time, and dollars, into the people who are more likely to convert for you and provide you with sales. So prioritize those current customers, or the customers that are on the edge, or customers that are in your system, or that you have a chance with. Then go to people who are in the outside, new customers, and find them. But you have a contact base, you have an email base, you have anything, focus on that. And then that also leads me to prioritize your own channels, which is email. Email is going to be key, of course. Be it your social media channels, things that you control. And what's great about you guys is that you all have booths where you have great like direct contact with customers. And that is an own channel where you can talk to someone and no one is controlling your dialogue and how you're seeing. One of the biggest challenges with social media is how you get out there is dictated by an algorithm. So if you can eliminate that through email, events, and other things that you can control and be in front of people. So those aren't bad, like social media and other things, but prioritize things where you can get in front of customers. Because I'm guessing if I asked any of you what's your best means of selling to people, you'd say me. I sell the best, and people buy when I talk to them because I'm my product and I'm able to get people to buy. And you need to leverage that as much as possible. So if it means you go out and sell in other places IRL, you do so, or you find ways to get yourself in places that you are the mouthpiece selling on behalf of your brand. Diversify your marketing channels. So of course you're going to have the things that you do, but what are some other things that you should think about doing to diversify? If you just do the thing that you're going to do, you may not have success. Everyone's going to be busy. There's going to be a ton of things happening during the holiday. So think of one thing that you could add, and I'm going to share some different marketing tactics, ones that you've probably heard of or thought of. And none of these are the thing that I shared last time when I presented is that marketing isn't about money. Marketing is about connecting with people and communicating with them. And you have many different means. You just have to use your imagination like Muppet Babies and find ways to get out there and talk to people. So it could be a Facebook group that you find ways to contribute to, that the people in there are your customers, or someone who is adjacent to your business in terms of their product, but maybe they're not a direct competitor. And you say, hey, let's partner up and promote on each other's channels. Find different ways to get your name and your message out there during the holidays. It does not require money. If you have money, great, but I would probably say use your time and your imagination more, because that's going to give yourself the best opportunity possible, because you're competing with everyone who's dumping money into advertising on the holidays, and it's going to be really hard to stand out. Be transparent and communicate frequently with your customers during the holiday season. So what I mean by this is that we've already established that there's going to be a supply chain and shipping issue. If you are shipping product to people, one of the biggest issues that a lot of people are already predicting that they're going to have is getting returns. And it's a nightmare dealing with returns. We all can probably attest to that. So if you are communicative with your customers from Jump Street about, I'm a small business, it's just me, or this is my team, or things are going to come late, or it could even come after Christmas if you buy it at this point. One, it creates urgency with the customer that they'll buy because they want to get their gifts on time. But second, if you don't, you manage expectations that no one are going to get mad and no one has a bad customer experience. Always put yourself in the customer's shoes. You're a customer to many people. What's the experience that you want to have? And what would you expect from someone to do for you to help you to ensure that you have a good experience and that you come away happy in doing business with someone? So be transparent and communicate frequently. There is no such thing as communicating too much about what your limitations are in terms of delivering product, other than if you don't say anything and then someone's frustrated because you didn't do on a promise that you made to them. Provide value outside of your core product. What I mean by this is we all get so consumed with our product. Our product provides a greater benefit to someone. And typically the customer who is looking for your product is also trying to figure out what they want to buy. And they're typically have like total confusion about how to figure out what they want. A lot of you are domain experts in the things that you specialize in do. You could do a gift guide that you write and post on your website or your Instagram and say, for the people who don't know how to shop for blank, here's the top 3 things that I think you should buy for a friend, significant other, for yourself. Think about that and provide value outside your product. Your product is value, but information and education is valuable as well. And the customers will really reward that, because they're going to be like, they're not just trying to sell me on their product. They're telling me how to solve a problem relating to, how do I get this? Every Christmas gift I buy when I'm all late is typically through research, because a brand has told me, here's the best way to get this for a significant other, get this, get that. And then they're like, and we sell it. I'm like, I'm going to buy it from you. So if you want to win out, find ways to provide value to your customers, because you already do when they see you using or wearing or interacting with your product. Find ways to educate them and help them understand how it can, to help solve their problems when they're dealing with shopping and figuring out. tie everything together with the campaign. Now, this isn't as like serious or big as it sounds. You could say this is my business called 3 Points. It could be the 3 Points 2021 holiday campaign. Don't mean anything, but it ties everything together. That my social posts say it, my events say it, my the receipt that you get says it. How can you find a way to tie a campaign? And we're going to talk about charity later, but that's the perfect thing that you could do that could make your product compelling and make it more than what it is. Because again, we're trying to provide value outside of your core product. If you're just saying, hey, I got this product, everyone's got this product. And I have to be honest, what makes someone buy it from you? You have to give them a deeper reason. It's what you do as a customer as well with other things. We always are looking for something a little unique that's going to make us pick something if we have 5,000 options of it. So tie everything together with the campaign. Think of what you can do that can make your holiday campaign tie into your promotions, your sales, your social media posts, all those things. Automate. If you're digitally inclined, where you have email or your website is set up, find ways that you can lessen the work for yourself. So if you're doing a promotion where people are going to email you about it, set up an email that automatically goes back to them so you don't have to do it yourself, that says to them, thanks for this, sign up here, or here's your discount code or the product, or we'll get back to you. Find ways to automate using whatever tools you can find to lessen the work that you have to do, because the holidays are busy and a ton of people are going to be coming to you. Make charity part of your strategy. So this goes back to an idea of the campaign, as I said before, right here. But for the make charity part of your strategy is, I'm guessing a lot of you probably have something that's close to you or personal that you give back, or maybe your business is inspired by something that's important to you or a greater thing. Customers love that. And it's typically a reason why people buy. People spend money and give to causes as holiday gifts for people. Is there some way maybe your product could go together with one of those things where you could say, I'm partnering with blank and we're doing this, and it's all verified and on the up and up. And if you do this, you get X and it's going to blank. It's a really great marketing tactic, but it's also a great thing to do. And it fits the vibes of the holidays. So what I'm getting at is, if it's a product that's just someone's just selling my candle and someone's saying this candle is going to help out disadvantaged families at this place because this is related to my world, and there's a campaign around it, meaning I'm just speaking to it, it's probably more than likely someone will probably buy it because there's a larger thing connected to it. So now I'll go into some tactics, the actual tactics and tools. So those are strategies, approaches, and things you should think about in terms of how to inform your marketing. But these are the specific tactics, the things that we all typically think of relating to marketing. Oh, there we go. So first with email. Email is number one. And it's an own channel where you have a chance to get in front of your customers. I'm guessing you'll be sending an email on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. And the one bit of advice I'll give to you is, don't do what you would normally do. Find some way, even small, to make your email stand out. The subject line, an offering. The coolest thing on Black Friday last year or Cyber Monday, and I know your businesses can't do this because you're smaller and you want to make sure you're selling on that day, but this is an example of just doing something remarkable that makes people talk and then makes them do business with you. Is Patagonia sent out an email on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, and they're like, don't buy anything from us today because it's about going out into nature and enjoying it because you have time off with family. So their point is, that's to their brand, they can do that. But there's still other small businesses that found ways to talk about a larger value or something else. So what I'm getting at with email, find ways to just stand out, because know that your email on those days is going to go out with a billion other emails. And if you expect it's going to resonate with someone, if you just do the normal thing, it's probably going to be ignored and won't be seen. So be as intentful and think deeply about your email strategy as possible. Maybe you send it ahead of time and you don't send it on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Your choice. Promotions and discounts. This is the thing that all the shoppers love and care about. Figure out what your promotions and discounts are early, as soon as possible. Do you want to roll them out in November? And do you want to find ways to create FOMO for your customers to say, this sale is only happening now and we're not bringing it back in December, da, da, da. Pick your promotions and discounts early and align your inventory to ensure that it's feasible and sustainable, and find that middle ground of where you're going to break even or make money and still be able to entice people. So spend time on your promotions and get them clear, and look at what some of the competition's done and see what you've done in the past, like I talked about in terms of doing that internal work and thinking about what you've done in the past. Partnerships. This is something I talked about before relating to, hey, I have a friend who has another business has the same principles, the values, serves the same customers. We're going to work together to share our initiative, and we're going to do a campaign together, and we're going to find ways to support each other. Or I'm going to work with a charity and do a partnership with them, or I'm going to work with an organization, a community group, or there's so many different ways you can partner. And what's the best thing about it is it's free because you're providing value in kind to someone, and vice versa. And it's a great way to get your name out there. One of my favorite quotes I remember reading in one of my favorite marketing books is, people care more about what others say about you than what you say about you. So if you can find ways to get partners to talk about your product, be it someone online who is a partner that says, I like this product in a genuine way, people believe them more. Think of word of mouth, like I need a doctor or a mechanic. You're believing your friend and family over that mechanic or doctor. So it's the same thing applies for products, even on the little end. Events. And this is where you guys fall, definitely relating to having booths and doing vending and selling, is think about how you want to enter the holidays and what you can do or should do to set up to give yourself the best chance of success for the holidays. Is there a certain way that you want to merchandise? Do you want to point to a certain discount? Do you want to speak to a certain campaign? There's so many different things you can do, but think about it and figure out how you want to iterate and give yourself the best chance of, do you holidayize your booth? Do you make it, really specific to the holiday at this point? There's so many different things you can do. Do you do more events? The options are yours. Social media. Well, for social media, I think this is an opportunity, of course, to sell. We know that social media is going to be a big discovery tool for people to find gifts. So if I'm big on gift guides, where I'm trying to find a gift for my wife and I'm not sure what to find. I like to go and find gift guides on social media where people are recommending things, and those are really cool. You can make your own. You can submit to people who do gift guides within your industry, or you can get people who do them for newspapers, online publications, etc., to do it for you. If any of you are spending money in advertising, know that you're going to be advertising at a time when everyone's advertising. So you're really going to have to be as possible and your creative as possible with your advertising, and as smart as possible. Maybe you advertise in some unique environments that are not traditional digital advertising on Google or Facebook. Maybe you advertise through someone's blog or in someone's newsletter. Maybe do it in the local alt newspaper or something like that. But the one thing I'll say relating to advertising, if you're going to do a traditional version of it, is retarget your customers. So remember, I brought up focusing on your current customers, the people who know and love you and have a history of buying. Make sure if you have a small amount of money, that money is going to retargeting people who have been to your website or people who you have their email. That's your best money spent beginning your advertising plan, and then you can hit other people in other channels, new customers, et cetera, et cetera. PR, like I said, this is kind of gift guides, getting people who have channels on social media to talk about you. That's a great way, particularly for gift guides and recommendations. Just education is so critical for the holidays because people are trying to figure out what they want to get people. And particularly, so many of your products are so thoughtful, and have so much deepness behind them. Typically, there's a story to tell that people can tell with your product when they're saying, here's why you should think about this when you're trying to figure out this a product to buy for your friend, family, whatever. Influencer marketing, there's so much to dig into there. But if you are thinking of working with influencers, know that they're getting hit up by everyone for the holidays who wants them to promote their product. And everyone's throwing money at them. And it's so transaction based that it's going to be hard to stand out and get someone to truly care and truly give your product a love. And it could just feel like they're just being transactional. And I would ask of you, find people who are your normal customers who love your product and tell them, hey, can you share my product online in your stories? Those are the people who you want, because those are the people who truly have a story and a history and experience with your product. If the person who bought your product loves it, happens to also have 50,000 followers or more or less, great, go for it. But always search for authenticity in relationships. Don't start with just saying money, because I've worked in influencer marketing, and even when you're paying money and it's someone who takes it, a lot of times their followers know what's authentic and what's not and what they truly care about. So definitely think about it. And there's plenty of ways to go about working with people, but just try and make it that someone actually cares about and likes your product, because it comes across in how they market it on their channels. Community, you're a part of so many different communities, and your product supports those communities. How can you find ways to market your product within those communities, or have those communities support you? Online communities, IRL communities, there's so many different ways to do that. And it's a great opportunity. Do you do something where you do a giveaway to certain communities, and you're able to like capture it and put it on your social media and have that organization post it? There's so many different things. And then loyalty programs, same old ones, the cards, but you can find other ways to do it, where maybe if someone buys a certain amount, you give a donation or to an organization, or they get a certain special holiday product that's limited that not a lot of people are going to do. Figure out what makes sense for you, and find ways that you can reward customers to incentivize your customer base that you've established to buy from you. So your holiday calendar. These are all the holiday milestones within the holidays. So Diwali, which is, I believe, a West African holiday, starts on 11/4 and ends on 11/8. Then we go into all these other ones: Veterans Day, Singles Day, World Peace Day, Recycling Day. And why I share all these is because it gives you an opportunity that you can speak to different holidays in your marketing. So you could say, if your business specifically is big on things relating to peace, world peace, or recycling, or service, meaning like military service, you can message that and speak to that. And that's a great way to give you a chance to not just be promoting your product. We just all talk about our product incessantly on social media, and people zone out because they've seen that message, and no one just wants to be promoted to. They want other things. So how can you use any of these holidays to give you a different way to communicate with your customers and new customers and get them to learn about your business? And then these other holidays I share are really important to give you an idea of the milestones to help you figure out your promotions and prices. So if you're like, I know I need to start early, so I'm going to start, on Veterans Day and for some getting the word out, but then I'm really going to intensify for Thanksgiving because it's the beginning of Cyber 5, which means the 5 days between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday. And I'm going to really activate then. And then maybe I'll do something for Giving Tuesday, which relates to giving back to things. Or maybe you want to do something for Buy Nothing Day, which means it's like against capitalism and not buying things. Green Monday, I think, is something relating to the best deals possible. Or I think it's the last day that shipping can get to a certain day. There's a lot of them. So really, really use the calendar, And the sales days that shoppers make their most purchases, and this is across the board. So it's big businesses, small businesses, and is Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Super Saturday, Small Business Saturday, Singles Day, and Green Monday. And Singles Day is actually a Chinese holiday that I just learned about this year that basically is about singles in China that are not with anyone, who decide that this is the day that they're going to spoil themselves and buy themselves some gifts and ball out. So it's big everywhere except the United States, but now it's kind of becoming a thing here. So learn something new every day. And then free shipping day, you know what that is. Super Saturday is, I think, the last crazy promotion day where people expect the deals. And you can leverage any of these days to say, okay, well, I know that some of the people who are last minute, they're going to be looking for deals on 12/18, and I can do a, here's our final deal or something like that. So use the calendar. Yeah, be aware of and use the calendar and plan and start marketing early. If you start late, you could be left behind. So use this calendar strategically and find ways that you can use it. So nice. I made really, really good time. We're at 10:30. So right now I was going to open it up really quick if any for a holiday marketing Q&A. If anyone has any questions, feel free to type them in to the chat first, and then I'll call on you. I'll answer it, or I'll call on you and you can ask it to me. So either way, anyone have anything? And I know I flew through that really quick. Thank you, Natalie, for saying IRL in real life. I'm stuck up on the internet. Like no
You're
one's
welcome.
business.
Just in case anyone was curious.
Yeah, online or IRL in real life. Yes, yes, yes. So anyone have any questions? Yes, Jeff, jump
Yes.
on in.
Sorry, Kim. I was trying to make that a bit more literate. Okay. As much as I love Natalie and the rest of the guys, you are the main reason I'm here tonight. You and I don't know each other, but I kind of hold a unique position. One, I've been at the market many, many years, probably about 14. But
Congrats.
thank you. Since they opened after COVID, I've been in there every Sunday, apart from the last few when I had a sinus infection. So I've walked the market with the eye of a vendor for a year, noticing a ton of stuff. So when you had your last or your first coming onto the group last time, I was prepared to be a non-believer and go, yeah, let's see what this guy's got to say. I've done a lot of marketing in my life. I've marketed myself very, very extremely well in the UK, especially. So I kind of got a handle on it. And I thought, I wonder what on earth he's going to say. But I got to tell you, Kim, I was so impressed that if there's a huge feather, I don't know where it is, but I want to stick it in your cap, mate. It was brilliant. So much so, and I've never done this. On your recording of the meeting, I wrote down a ton of points that I agreed completely with you. And now I'm going to take some of the feather away.
Cool. Hit me.
Because now you're free to say you shouldn't have done that, but here's the question. Do you answer direct messages on Instagram?
In what situation? What's the scenario?
Well, I'm not a hot girl, so I guess it's me to you. And obviously you didn't know me, so it's
I'm the worst at DM. I'm the worst.
All right, you might get yourself off a bit there. Because,
I'm the worst. For me personally, my DMs, I'm like so bad at them. So I'm glad you're telling me now. So I'll go in and I'll find you.
Dude, I wrote to you like I've never written to anybody in many years. It was seriously, and I'll find it and send it to you another way. It was a complete praise of everything you said. You couldn't have been more right. And it really was lengthy. And then when I got nothing back, I will not use an expletive here.
I'm sorry.
the guy's in marketing and he's missed like who might be his #1 fan. You don't know me,
I'm
but
sorry, Jeff. And you could have gotten my email from Natalie too, you know.
I know. And I was like, I don't know. I was just damn. Maybe it was because I became too much of a fan. But anyway, that's why I came on today.
Aw, you're so sweet. You made my day.
No.
I had some really bad instances with some people that like I felt like didn't understand me, and you just made up for all of it.
No, well, I guess, as I say, I'm in a unique position. I've been around long enough, and I've walked the market for a year from a vendor's viewpoint, and looked at everything. And you were so right. So that I just wanted to get to the bottom of that point. And the only other thing, whilst I have to digest everything you said today,
Yeah, it was a
is
lot,
that
I know.
95% of every booth owner, and I really say this with my hand on my heart, have no idea how to market themselves. They buy their real estate and they sit there. You covered this. And I at one point thought, why don't I become a consultant? I know what the hell I'm doing. But then I thought, they don't even take my advice when it's free. So why would they take it when it was paid? I just wanted to pat you on the back and say, well done. Seriously.
What's funny though, Jeff, is humans are humans, and I've worked it across the world. I mean, with different businesses, and people can pay you a ton of money when you work for an organization and your job is to do it, and they still don't listen to you. So humans, and the thing that I've learned in the end is that we're going to do what we want to do, and we all are motivated by what we're motivated. And that's why, like, when I got on the last time, I tell people, like, because some people get on and they're just like, yeah, you're just a bunch of crap. And you know what? If you're happy with like your situation in terms of, if there's a vendor on this call who's like, I set up my booth, I make just the amount of money I need, I'm happy, I don't need anything. You know what? Good for you, because I'm not here to try and change anyone.
Agreed.
To make them uncomfortable or feel like they're lesser, and no one should feel that way. But what I would say is that I would say the majority of you, you want more. I know you do, because that's humans. We all want more for ourselves, and you can have a little bit more and you can have it, but it requires work and it requires being thoughtful. So what I say to you all is that that's why I offer these things. But in the end, if people take it, they take it. And if you're inspired and you want to do something, cool. But if not, I keep it moving. And that attitude is the way to go, because, you know, everyone is just doing their thing.
I'm waiting to see if anybody wants to question you on what you spoke about today.
Okay, so
Interested to see.
So if anyone even wants to ask questions about merchandising, or if anything about their like specific challenges relating to anything relating to the holidays in the past or overall, I'm totally down to get anyone's feedback. There is no dumb question. It is a completely safe space. In terms of answering, you know, I'm super easy. Again, even if you want to say I'm good, you can say that. But if you don't, that's fine as well. And thank you, Cully. Appreciate the kind words. You were here last time. I thank you very much. Okay.
I have a question. Sorry, my screen's black. I'm very new to this. I started selling at Melrose in April.
What do you sell?
My first vintage items. They're house decor, houseware. And
Love
so me too, but your points on marketing, like, you know, to have a sale and to market that one item, all of my items are one-off. I don't know how to approach that part of it, because I think it would be fantastic to offer the customers, you know, hey, I'm doing this type of promotion, but everything is literally one-off.
Yeah, here's an idea for you. So you said it's home decor, right?
Yeah, it's like vases and lamps and glassware. I love barware, you know, plates and things like that, stuff to fill your home with.
So here's an idea and a simple thing. So what are your, like, how do you currently communicate that you sell things to the world?
So again, like super new. I've just met some tons of people at Melrose, and I started an Instagram because of them. They're like, put it on Instagram, and
Cool.
it's slowly happening. I take pictures of what I sell. I
Cool.
could be better.
That's
But
fine.
take pictures, and I try to post every day, something. I started making these little reels, like, because this girl had made a comment. She's like, you should do reels because you can reach thousands of people versus, your 200 followers that you have now. So
Yeah.
I started doing those.
Wow, that's a big jump. I don't do reels because it's
They're
production.
hard. It's
Yes.
basically a TikTok. I just take
I know it is.
Well, yeah. Like TikTok is quite simple on how to create it. Like it's very simple. Like you just hit that add button and add some music.
But it's it's a process to do it.
Oh,
So
100%.
good for you for doing that. So you're doing Instagram and you're selling. So you're doing event marketing because you're doing things at an event where people are coming. It's a market, so people are there.
Okay.
And then you're going out on Instagram where you're posting to your account and you're doing some reels that you're hoping get out there because you're doing some hashtags, right? Anything else?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Just asking.
Yeah,
So,
no, I need help. That's why I've been doing these things. And like, you've been extremely helpful, like Jeff was saying, and Cole, like, this is amazing information and it's been extremely helpful.
So here's how it goes. So what's your story in terms of how you got into doing this kind of work? Is it because
literally like what you said, pivot, because I lost my job due to COVID. I was operations in the entertainment industry.
But did you have a knack for this where people were like, hey, you have a really good eye?
Well, I used to be in purchasing. No. But my husband just told me to sell my shit. Excuse my language, but he was just like, why don't you sell I just love vintage finds. And if I can find something, I'll just for $2 and it's worth, $300. It's like, whoa.
Totally.
But I did get feedback from customers that they love my eye and they love what I have to offer.
Okay, so here's a content marketing idea that you could easily turn around and do. So for your social media and for your booth, think about the holidays. Where does your products, even though they're one-off, fit within it? And even if they're not the same, you can have different versions of different ones. People are hosting people for the holidays. They're doing a lot of dinner parties. They're having dinner after opening presents. So you could set up a theme and an idea where it's like, hey, here's some ideas that I'm going to share with you of home decor for the holidays, and not anything that's like Christmassy, but people are going to be decorating, and that's going to be on their mind about, I need a showpiece. I need a different thing that I'm going to put up. So you could set it up where you say, I'm going to post 3 things on Instagram that are going to be, here's some amazing finds that I think would be great centerpieces or things that you can use that would go really well with your holiday Thanksgiving dinner or your Christmas dinner or when you have family over. So lean into your strengths relating to, if you already have a really strong idea of decor in these pieces and people want you to tell them the way that you're telling me, like, hey, Kim, give me some ideas. I'm telling you on the other end, I would come to you and say, just give me some ideas what to have for the holidays when I have my friends over. I want something unique. I don't want something. And you would just say, this is it. So find ways to communicate it in your merchandising at your booth and communicate it on your Instagram and just be coordinated about it. And you don't have to do anything more. That's a simple thing you could do.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I'm a freak in regards to like being in order and things visually pleasing. Like my booth, everybody's like, holy moly, like it looks like a store. Like, it's just because I want people to be visually pleased, if that makes any sense. But yeah. Okay, awesome. I appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem at all. And yeah, don't get too intimidated. Take it a step at a time.
Yeah.
And Jeff, yes, sir.
Hey, can I something to Kira?
Yeah.
Kira, this is a mindset. I know you may agree on this, Kim. If you thought you had to support yourself by what you're selling, your mindset would be different on how you sell what you're selling. Does that make sense?
No, for sure.
Because if you had to pay the bills by what you're selling, you would step up your gears. Or of course you may not be able to, but I don't know that.
Yeah.
That's one thought. And the other is, Kim, perhaps you definitely weigh in on this, and it's something I believe for a long time. And I call it the smoke and mirrors of social media. It was a bit like the website.com. You've got to have a website. Well, no, you've got to get people to your damn website. And even then, you've got to sell when they're there. So the smoke and mirrors of social media is just because you put it on there, it doesn't mean SH at all. It's extremely tricky. And I've worked with some influencers and saying, dude, I know you've got 2 million followers. Try and sell them something and see how many you've got then.
Yeah. I will say this. I'll probably get like 2 likes on a photo.
Right. That's the reality.
I get DMs though. I get DMs.
Kara,
for people to purchase the items without them liking the photo. If that makes, I mean, I don't know how that works, but it works. Like they contact me, even though they don't like the photo, and then they meet me at Melrose and I sell the item.
One thing for you on your customers, if you could get all their Instagrams, because then you know they're market driven and they would be there. And then when you post a picture, you will do some kind of maybe even a giveaway or a discount, or come to Melrose this Sunday and I've got this for you, because it was what Kim said. Make a special out of something, even if it's not your birthday. Say it's Kira's birthday special this weekend. Be careful on that you don't do it too often and mix up the dates.
Right, I'm gonna be 70 by the...
I mean, it's like, I'm a fan. He's absolutely right. But I mean, I've been around a long time, not doing exactly what he does. He does what he does, and the rest of us do what we do. We can't always be good at everything.
Totally.
Right. No.
Right.
I've learned that quite quickly. I've learned that quite quickly doing this, that I'm not going to be perfect, and I'm not going to be an expert in every aspect of this business, you know.
Totally. But just idea of saying you already have the insights relating to people. So marketing isn't, and it's like I did my last one. It's not about saying I have to just spray out all these communications and just hopefully it's about recognizing a pattern of behaviors with people who are interested in things and then engaging them in reaching out to them because they've shown a behavior pattern of showing interest in what you have. So if someone DMs you and says, I like this, and then you meet them and you sell it to them, you should for sure make sure you have their email address and your contact base. So when you communicate future things, I'm going to be vending here. Or like Jeff said, I would reach out to that person and say, hey, I found this thing that I think would be great for you. And I just want to share it with you before I put it out. They're going to be really excited about it. So lean into your strengths, market. Don't think about, hey, I have to. It's more about how do you be mindful of people and thoughtful of them and make them feel like, wow, she was thinking about me. And it's all because you already know what they like because they've already shown a behavior. So just keep leaning into that.
I want to say that I do get embarrassed. Like when someone purchases something and I ask, oh, can I tag you? Like, I need to get more comfortable with that. I'm not like, because there's this one dude that really loves my stuff. And like, he has like 75,000 followers and he literally comes to my booth every Sunday. And he tagged me like for the first time, like couple Saturdays ago or Sundays ago. And I was like, oh my God. And I got like 10 new followers from that. And I was like all freaking out, you know, but I'm embarrassed to do that. I will say I need to get out of the, okay.
Take your time. Don't feel like it's a rush. We all have our process and you need that. But in like with people like him, treat it like a relationship. Like you wouldn't just meet someone and like them and say, hey, will you marry me? You have to say, hey, would you want to get tea? Would you want to get coffee? And then maybe say, would you like to go on a date? It's the same thing with meeting people that like, you are all meeting me here. And then maybe someone might later, 3 months from now, say, hey, I'm ready and I feel confident and I'd want to hire you for something. Cool. But there's a process and a journey that people have to feel comfortable where they feel like they have that ability. So take your time with him. Don't be
Okay.
just trying to do anything. If
Yeah,
build
yeah,
that
yeah, okay.
relationship where he loves you, and don't try and do anything where you want to
Okay.
tag him, because then he'll feel like you're just one of those people who's just trying to use him for his following.
Exactly. That's, I think, where I'm uncomfortable. I don't want anybody to think that I'm using them. And I think that's where I need to learn that line, what you just said, it's like dating. I need to learn how to date them first.
Remember people. Just
Yeah.
remember people and what makes
Okay.
you comfortable and
No,
not.
that's
So
perfect right there.
Kira, you're killing it. I'm so
Thanks.
glad you spoke up.
Thank
Gordon, you were going to say something, and we got to give you your time. So Gordon, get after.
I was just wondering, like, is the Melrose Trading Post marketing plan available to the public? I used to do branding and market promotion for Universal Music Group and 1,000 famous artists and stuff. And I just was wondering if maybe it was open to discussion, because during the Rose Bowl, it's been getting slow. And during the morning, it's slow. So I was thinking maybe we could run something to get people in maybe earlier and get people in at Rose Bowl. And, if it was me, I would try to do some college radio, maybe have college radio, one of the DJs come out there at one of the stages, or not regular radio, because I don't think that would really fit in, but I'm just throwing it out there. Because I was just thinking of some ways, if I worked at Melrose, how would I get people in earlier and get people in on Rose Bowl Sunday? That's it.
And I've worked with a few other organizations throughout the country who what they do is they, as a larger group, go out and do larger initiatives, not large like gigantic, but like you said, they find ways to partner to bring exposure to the market or the main street or what have you. And I don't want to speak out of turn for Natalie and try and like write an IOU for her in some way, but if in the end, of course, if there's ways that the entire like thing can be marketed, that's going to help out everyone, of course, in general. And I'm guessing they probably do things like that.
Yeah, so our marketing plan is internal, but we're always open to suggestions. So I wrote down some of the things that you said, and I really appreciate that you sharing this. Particularly the thing we've noticed this too, that now that the Rose Bowl is open, it's a little bit slower on the second Sunday, and then the morning has always been a challenge for us in this neighborhood. It's like no one wants to wake up too early unless they're like a real dedicated flea market person.
And football and baseball hurts too.
Yes, exactly. Big sports games really keep people at home. So thank you for those suggestions, though. It is, it's something that we're always looking to shape and mold. We do advertise to the local neighborhoods, but we are exploring the possibility of some other places. So I like your suggestions, and I'll definitely bring them to the group.
All right, thanks for listening. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay, cool. So I'll wrap up. Does anyone have one last question? And then I'll get to the GIF. Cool. Good to meet you too. And some people may not even see it as a gift, but I think it is. It just depends on what you think. But these are the kind of things that I share in my newsletter. So go to 3PT. I'll share it in a second. Hold on, but let me new share going here. Hold on. Okay. So I have made a holiday calendar with all of the things that I shared with you. And if you have a Google account, you can download it. So basically I have October with times that I recommend to do things, as well as November when I recommend to do things, as well as all of the holidays that make sense, as well as December. And it's a free downloadable template that has everything relating to the holidays, relating to what you should be mindful of. So if you are going to try and do things, you can use it as like, I'm going to do something here, and I'm going to stop my promotion there, and I'm going to do something there. So if anyone would like that, if you sign up for my website, for my newsletter specifically, which I will share where to be able to do that, then you can, then I can share it with you. So here, this is the website. It is 3pts.co. 3pts.co. And if I see you sign up, and Natalie just dropped it into the chat, thank you. And then I will just email it to you. So simple as that. And that is it. Happy holidays. Cool.
Awesome. Thank you, Kim. That was a really great
Thank you very much.
presentation.
And I love doing these for you guys. Thank you for everyone who stayed on. And even if you don't do anything, the things that I just shared, hopefully everyone just feels inspired that they're going to do something for themselves and try and like push forward. That's all that matters.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I can see we've got some thank yous in the chat. You're doing a great job. So really, Kim, awesome work. I definitely was taking notes too. And, there are things that we can all implement together and then we can implement as the market. So I really appreciate, again, all the knowledge that you've shared with us today. And I had also put in the chat the link to the previous workshop if you weren't able to attend it, although I believe most of you either attended it or watched it later on. But that link is also in the chat if you want to grab that. And I'll also be posting this recording on our YouTube channel. So it's the Melrose Trading Post YouTube channel. So if you want to rewatch it again, if you missed a point that you wanted to take down, I'll be posting that tomorrow onto our YouTube channel. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Again, all the links are in the chat, so go ahead and grab whatever link you want before we close down the meeting. But otherwise, I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you on Sunday. So thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
everyone.
night.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Kim.
Natalie. Thanks, Jeff.
Bye.
Later.